Hey, it's Jared Leto from 30 Seconds to Mars.
Hey, Jared.
Hi.
How's my hair look?
It looks pretty good.
We'll take that. So great to have you here.
It's my absolute pleasure.
Is it? After coming off a long flight like that, you come straight to Young Hollywood. We're so flattered.
I thought this was the set of Valley Girls.
Are you referring to my Sugar High t-shirt?
Well, it kind of matches everything. And you guys have a lot of bling here.
I don't take, you're not really a bling kind of guy.
I'm pretty simple as far as aesthetics. I like kind of more of a minimalist approach.
Right, yeah.
I mean, for many years I just had white walls, but I collect art, and recently, actually my mother was encouraging me, you should put this art up that you have, and I did, and it's wonderful to be surrounded by things that you love.
Who's your favorite if you had to choose?
I don't know. There's an artist named Larry Slezak I like quite a bit. I'm inspired by visual art probably more than anything.
Well, you won an award for your documentary.
Yeah, we did.
Which is incredible. And
thank you.
The visuals, it's so visually stimulating, and there was actually one shot where it was like you were talking to the camera and you were like, a few of my fans couldn't make it to my show, and then you turn the camera around and there's like, I think you were in Estonia, and there was like thousands and thousands and thousands of people there. How does it sort of happen organically?
For the most part, I puke out most of the creative ideas. That kind of seems to be my job. I tend to do that. I'm just looking at this pillow, wondering how long until I can't make this interview anymore. I think I'm right at the limit.
I thought you were commenting on the lack of artistry, or maybe the artistry of this pillow.
Oh no! But I'm so glad that you guys have trademarked this, because people I'm sure are rushing to steal that across merch halls.
So, Love, Lust, Faith, Dreams, the new album. What's of the four most crucial?
I think they're all pretty crucial. I really like the fact that these words are some of the most common words, but also some of the most powerful words that we have, and we all have a really deep and personal connection to these words. We all have a story about each of these things.
I know you've said it's partly about letting go of the past.
Yeah, in order to move forward, sometimes you need to let go of certain aspects of yourself.
Are you good about letting go of things in the past? Because I'm horrible.
No, I don't think any of us are. I think we all hold on. Right. If you look at all of us, the reason why we're still polluting our cities, and we don't want to let go. We like to hold on to things.
Like, for example?
Our attraction to dysfunction, probably, as a culture. We could all live in harmony, but it's hard to let go.
Doesn't it seem so easy?
It's complicated because we're complicated. We're still animals, so it's hard for us to let go of that spirit that wants to, just gnaw at each other.
And Up in the Air, whose idea was it to launch the single out into space and have it play on the space station?
It was my idea. I mean, I think we all think of bizarre, crazy, fun things we'd like to do. Most of the time, including myself, we don't act on them. This was one of the times where I decided to act on it. I said, I want to do something different with the launch of this single. What can we do? Well, let's send it to space. Let's launch it and have the premiere from space. And we contacted NASA, and we sent our song on a rocket 261 miles to the space station. The thing between Damien Hirst doing the album cover and NASA and this new album, I think the common ground that probably we all have is that we're dreamers. We're kind of in the business of making reality from dreams. Whether you're a scientist and working for NASA, a conceptual artist putting spots on a white canvas, or 30 Seconds to Mars writing music and touring the world.
And now 5 years since your last film, Dallas Buyers Club with Matthew McConaughey. I know you lost an enormous amount of weight for this role.
Yeah.
How is the transition for you? It's so intimate between either you and the other actor. It's so much smaller.
I just noticed how perfect your hair was. It's so perfect. Do you do it yourself, or does someone else do it?
I do it myself.
Do you?
Thank you very much for pointing that out. What made you point that out at this particular juncture?
The light is starting to hit your body in a way, and it made me notice your hair and how lovely you look.
I'm turning the color of my shirt now.
But you have like skin poking out here and these, a whole thing happening.
Yeah, none of it was
Do you always kind of get so sexed out on your interviews?
No, of course not. Only when people have flown 3,000 miles to come see me from New York City.
I appreciate that. Give me a pound.
There you go. So,
favor for a favor. Anything to keep me up after a long day of travel.
Yes, you don't sleep on flights, as
no
you were
pun
telling
intended.
me. So, do you find, how I even ask this question at this point? Do you find it difficult making that transition from that big performer on stage where you have to be big to then going into something where film that's so small?
I don't think you have to be big on stage. There are times where you can be bombastic, but you can actually make that experience be really intimate. And I think that's actually the most powerful. Even if you're playing in front of 100,000 people, if you can create a real sense of intimacy, then you've won. But I hadn't made a film in 5 years, and I made a film called Dallas Buyers Club. I played a transgendered person, and
it's quite an undertaking.
Yeah, it was intense.
Yeah.
Waxed my body and put on the heels and lost a bunch of weight.
So you know how it feels to get all sexed up too, then?
Oh, honey,
doing
you
the wax.
have no idea.
No, I probably have some idea. I think I've learned a lot in this interview. Thank you for coming in.
I appreciate it.
And I just noticed your shirt.
Thank you.
It's quite sexy.
Well, you know, that's what happens when you sit in an airplane for 7 hours and show up straight to an interview.
He shows up looking fabulous.
Oh, yeah.